Assalamualaikum. My name is ALYA. My meeting number is S8010.
Today, I will talk about the background of these 5 Malaysian companies in our portfolio using information from their 2024 annual report. To give you an overview, these companies are not global giants. Instead, they are local market challengers and regional specialists. They have a strong physical presence here in Malaysia, and some of them sell their product and services to neighboring countries in Southeast Asia. Let's look at their industry and how they make their money. First, Teo Guan Lee Corporation Berhad is in the consumer product sector. It is our oldest company, started back in 1934. It's made its revenue from clothing, manufacturing and retail business. Next, we have 2 companies in the property sector. Multi-Users Holding Berhad makes money from building houses and doing construction work. Zin Synergy Group Berhad also does property development, but they add to their revenue by providing corporate management services. Both are strong competitors in the local property market. Then we have our industry specialist. 3A Resources Berhad is a well-known company that manufactures food ingredients. Xinhua Holding Berhad operate in the industry sector and they make their money from logistics, trucking and warehousing. Both of these companies help support trade across the region. Finally, there's an important highlight about their investment status. 4 out of these 5 companies, everyone except Teo Guan Lee, have an official Sharia compliance status. This is a great advantage because it helps them attract big investment from Islamic fund in the region. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day. My name is Umairah binti Muhammad Baharuddin. My metric number is S79100. Today, I will present the revenue analysis for 5 selected companies for the years 2023 and 2024 together with their growth rates. First, all 5 companies apply the same accounting standard for revenue recognition, which is Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard 15. Revenue from contract with customer and the revenue is recognized at a point in time. For 3 resources Berhad, the revenue decreased from Ringgit Malaysia 603,864,000 in 2023 to Ringgit Malaysia 557,116,000 in 2024. This shows a negative 7.74% growth rate. The company's main income comes from the sale of food and beverage ingredients. Next, Zin Synergy Group Berhad recorded a very significant increase. Revenue rose from Ringgit Malaysia 23,914,800 in 2023 to Ringgit Malaysia 17,582,397 in 2024. This gives the highest growth rate among all companies, which is 194.81%. Its main income driver is property development and financing. For multi-usage holding Berhad, revenue dropped from Ringgit Malaysia 14,220,192 in 2023 to Ringgit Malaysia 11,572,527 in 2024, resulting in a negative 18.62% growth rate. The company mainly generates revenue from property development. Moving on to Xinhua Holding Berhad, revenue increased slightly from Ringgit Malaysia 180,281,507 in 2023 to Ringgit Malaysia 120,536,124 in 2024. This represents a 0.91% growth rate. The company primary income comes from integrated logistics service. Lastly, Teo Guan Lee Corporation Berhad show an increase from Ringgit Malaysia 26,598,676 in 2023 to Ringgit Malaysia 133,250,880 in 2024. This is equivalent to a 5.25% growth rate. Its main source of revenue is the sale of garments. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day everyone. My name is NAJWA binti YUSRINA. I would like to present our analysis on property, plant and equipment or PPE across 5 selected companies. This slide covers 2 main aspects. First, the accounting policies adopted by this firm, and second, their respective financial metrics in terms of PPE growth rates and asset intensity. Let's begin with the accounting framework shown at the top of the slide. For all 5 companies, namely Multi-Usage Focus Berhad, NURLIYANA 3 Air Resources Berhad, PAR, Zinc Synergy Group Berhad, ACT, Xinhua Holding Berhad, S, and Tio Guanli Corporation Berhad, TGL. There is complete uniformity in their accounting policies for PPE under NFRS 116. All 5 companies apply the exact same treatment. Initial recognition, they measure their PPE at cost. Subsequent measurement, they strictly adhere to the cost model, where the assets are carried at cost less any accumulated depreciation and accumulated impairment losses, rather than using the revaluation model. Let's look at the growth rates on the left. This shows change in PPE investment. SHH recorded the highest growth at 12.13%, indicating aggressive expansion. NUH followed with a healthy growth of 9.27%. Meanwhile, PAR remained flat at 0.50%. On the negative side, SSG saw a tiny contraction of negative 0.33%. The biggest drop was TGL at negative 15.99%, showing significant asset disposals or a freeze on capital expenditure. Next is asset intensity on the right, which shows the percentage of total asset tied up in PPE. XHH is highly capital intensive, leading at 16.53%. XSG and TAR also hold substantial infrastructure at 56.06% and 33.6%. In stark contrast, TGL stands at just 1.31% and NUH at 1.101%. These ultra-low numbers show that both TGL and NUH run asset-light business models in conclusion. While all 5 companies share the identical accounting practice of using the cost model for PPE, their operational strategies differ widely. SHS is clearly in an aggressive expansion phase with a highly capital-intensive model, whereas companies like TGL and NUH operate on a lean asset-light structure, with TGL actively reducing its physical asset base.
Hi, my name is YUSRINA binti Muhammad Yusof, NADHIRAH number S79600. Hi everyone, today I'll be summarizing our portfolio application of MFRS 140 investment property for the financial year 2024. First, Tio Guanli Corporation Berhad experienced a minor downward trend of minus 3.07%, dropping from 36.5 million to 25.6 million. What makes this interesting is their accounting policy choice. They utilize the fair value model. Under MFRS 140, this means they do not depreciate the asset. Instead, the 813052 reduction reflects an annual market valuation loss recognized directly in their 2024 profit or loss statement. Second, we see a stark contrast with Multi-Usage Holdings Berhad. They start at RM0 in 2023 but recorded 1.44 million in 2034. This marks an initially recognition event. They chose the cost model for subsequent measurement, and their notes disclose that these properties are newly held strictly to generate rental income and capital appreciation. Finally, Since Energy Group Berhad presents our most dramatic trend with a massive 58.64% drop in carrying value, plummeting from 12.1 million down to just 5.01 million, because Shin Synergy used the cost model. This steep decline indicates either a major disposal of property asset or a heavy impairment loss during the year. They still fulfill MFRS 140 mandatory disclosure notes by stating their portfolio's estimate fair value sits at 11.35 million. In summary, our horizontal analysis perfectly captures the diversity of Malaysia's financial reporting landscape, showing how different measurement choice under MFRS 140 visibly alter a company's financial position. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is QURRATU'AINI binti Abdullah. My chip number is 79101. Today I will present about intangible asset. So based on our company, Teo Guan Lee, Xinhua Holding and Xin Synergy Group Berhad comply with MFRS 138. They all adopt the cost model and perform impairment testing regularly. Looking at their financial position, Teo Guan Lee asset value dropped from 3.15 million to 2.8 million, likely due to amortization. So, Xinhua Holding and Xin Synergy Group Berhad maintain constant value across both years. Multi-usage holding Berhad and 3A resources Berhad have no record data for intangible asset. So we focus on the right. Our chart show two key metrics, which is growth rate and asset intensity. So the firstly is growth rate. Teo Guan Lee Corporation Berhad show a negative growth rate corresponding to a drop in asset value. So the net is asset intensity. Teo Guan Lee Corporation Berhad and Xinhua Holding Berhad show the higher variance on intangible asset compared to their total asset base. So in conclusion, the cost model is widely preferred for MFRS 138 among the analyzed companies. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.